we've defined high school success too narrowly in the United States. Increasingly, it's become defined solely in terms of performance on academic subjects. As states and school districts around the country have increased the requirements for graduation based on taking more and more college preparatory courses. And so I think we should have a broader definition of competence. What if we had schools where students could demonstrate mastery of cooking or auto mechanics or computer design or something that, that was more applied?
The College for All movement, as laudable as it is, I think has tended to depress the esteem and the social regard in which anything other than a four-year college degree is held.
And we've kind of diminished the value of more traditional vocational areas like welding or auto mechanics or things where there actually are jobs available in our economy.
About 2/3 of the population do not receive four-year college degrees. Most of those adults have jobs. There are lots of things that need to be done in the economy that don't require a four-year college degree. And so we have to get to the point where we're making sure that all of our young people are prepared to be productive members of the workforce. We have to figure out what is it that they need to be able to walk into a business and say, hire me, I can add value.
I was at a time in my life where I hadn't graduated. I was sitting around, job opportunities were limited, couldn't really find anything.
I was so angry when I came here, so it's like I had to find somewhere to put it, and I just put it in cooking.
They come to us because they have families to support. They come to us because they need money and they need skills to go out and get a job.
I like to cook and I like to bake, so I just decided to come here because it give me a step closer to my dream.
I think a lot of the kids who come into the program feel hopelessness. I think it's been a lot of failure in their life, whether it's failure at home or failure in the school system or failure in the streets with their friends. They're looking for hope. They're looking for a reason to continue on.
I had gave up on life at first. Like, I just started settling for what my situations was. And then as I progressed and got older, I went to thinking that's not the best thing to do. Because if I just give up, it's just going to be harder and harder.
I think anyone who comes through this program is going to need a hell of a lot of grit. They're going to need a lot of perseverance. We have many students who are doing more every day to just get by than the majority of us are doing in a week, in a month, in a lifetime. I'm always amazed by their strength.
I personally wanted a new start in life. I wanted to get somewhere. I wanted to go into culinary because it's always been a passion for me.
Probably the largest building block of the tourist economy here is the food and the music. It's very easy to find jobs here in the restaurant industry. Not only is it good here, but it gives the people who come through the program the opportunity to move on to other cities and take these skills with them.
When they come into the program, they hope that they can be John Besh or they can be Ermal Lagasse. The fact is that you start out in the dish room and you work your way up, and that's why when they're here, everybody takes a turn in the dish room. You know, I take a turn in the dish room. You're going to work hard and you're going to be committed and you're going to have work ethic and you're going to earn your way up to the top.
A few times I wanted to give up, but I was like, and I had to think about it, like if you give up, you're defeating the whole purpose. So I learned not to give up and keep pushing forward.
They'll take anybody in, but if you look like you don't want to be here, they will tell you to go.
The only requirement to be in the program is that you have to have heart and you have to be ready to change. You have to be willing to accept the teaching. We're going to be honest with you and we're going to tell you when you do something bad or when you need to improve on something.
Here, flip it this way. It's hard to flip your wrist like that unless you double jointed.
It's a 3-month program, 6 weeks back of the house, 6 weeks front of the house. But they don't really stop there. They also help these people with life skills, basic reading and arithmetic.
before they decide they want to get into the internship part of the program, we let them go see a live restaurant. We let them go see what it's like inside a kitchen, and the staff tells them how hard it is and how much work it is, but how rewarding it can be. They learn the point of sale system, they learn how to set a table. You know, most people think that that's kind of a blow-off period, but honestly, it's the period in the program where I see the most growth in our students. Typically, when they come in to Cafe Hope, it's hard to get eye contact. They'll talk to you with their heads down, and they don't look at you when they're talking to you. But by bringing them to the dining room, they're forced to look people in the eyes. They're forced to work on their communication skills.
It was basically homemade ice cream topped with espresso.
I would have to say one of my favorite things, learning to not panic, learning to be like water. And the fact that in the dining room you're having to deal with people more, you're having to talk face-to-face with people, put up a smile, it helped my social skills a lot. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't even be able to stand here right now.
And so when they finish the dining room portion of the program, they go to the kitchen. Obviously, they think that's where the most fun's going to be. It's honestly where the most work is. After the first day, a lot of them are holding their backs and their feet hurt, and so it's pretty funny.
While I've been at Cafe Hope, I've learned a lot. I've learned how to actually cut a whole pig and make every piece of meat that you can think of out of a pig. I've learned to be a prep cook, how to chop stuff better than what I used to, how to julienne, which I never knew what that was. I've learned how to make gumbo from scratch, learned how to make sweet potato biscuits, what I've never heard of.
We're trying to teach them to work clean and quick and not waste a lot of time, and just kind of take care of your station, clean it up after you're done cooking, make sure that everything that you're sending out is something that you would eat or something that you would send to your mom.
They have direct exposure to a kitchen being spoken plainly to. They're taught that you need to be able to, read and write and do math and life skills. You have to sometimes change your behavior when you're in front of customers. That's why it's a great program. It's my favorite one to recruit people from.
Well, after I finished my 3-month internship at Cafe Hope, they actually got me on over here, and I've been working here for about 10 months now. And within my first 3 months, I moved up. So I was kind of proud of myself.
I had nothing going for me in life, and when I entered into school, I got more hope. I felt happy. I felt like I could actually get somewhere, and I'm graduating today. I've got so much done.
People are kind of shocked when I say this to them. I could care less if they leave Cafe Hope and they go into the restaurant business. Doesn't matter to me one bit. If they got the life skills and they got the work ethic and they realize what it takes to be successful, and they leave here with hope and they leave here with a desire to be on a path to self-sufficiency, that's what matters to us.